Well, state lawmakers are reviewing a plan to help with the growing heroin epidemic. The program would allow users to inject themselves while being supervised by medical professionals. And some public health advocates say while this technique is controversial, it could be the best way to stop overdoses.
And News 4's Jen Shantz spoke to a former heroin user who says it would only make things worse. Jen?
That's right, Don and Jackie. Supervised injection facilities, or SIFs, provide users a shield from law enforcement. They can't get charged with possession if they're inside. This recovering addict says the plan only gives users more reason to keep on using. Every morning, she says no to heroin. This Buffalo mom has been sober for 2 years, but constantly has to make the decision to stay that way. So when she heard lawmakers are considering supervised injection sites, she was outraged.
Are you kidding me? Was the first thing I said out loud.
SIFs allow users to bring in pre-obtained drugs and be monitored by medical professionals as they get high.
I totally understand how that's going to seem pretty controversial to some people, but it's also very important.
Public health advocates in New York point to a SIF in Vancouver called Insight. It supervised 1 million injections, none of which have resulted in a fatal overdose. And the surrounding area has seen drug-related deaths decrease by about a third.
You know, a SIF doesn't operate in isolation where it's just doing that one thing. It's connected just like, existing syringe exchange programs around New York with all these other services.
Like drug treatment, they say those who use at a SIF are far more likely to seek treatment and eventually stop using.
You're going to have people go in, say, I can do this much in front of medical personnel, and I was fine. I didn't overdose. I didn't do nothing. They're going to go out. They're going to get that bad batch. They're going to overdose.
Now, News 4 spoke to the chief of narcotics at the Erie County Sheriff's Office, who doesn't think SIFs are a safe way to stop overdosing. SIFs have existed in Europe and Canada for about 30 years, but there's never been one in the United States. Live in the studio, Jen Shantz, News 4 at 6.